That event, we bring in the Olympic champion right now. Peggy Fleming joins us. What names, huh? The top three? You look at the names here: Sasha Cohen, Sarah Hughes, Michelle Kwan. That's a trio that is hard to beat.
Well, Terry, when you're talking about the national championships, Michelle Kwan is the veteran, the queen, the standard by which all others are judged. This will be her 11th nationals, and Michelle will be trying to win her 7th gold medal. She has become an icon in our sport, and much of that is due to the extraordinary performances she has given us at the nationals. But this year, standing in her way is the young woman who delivered the performance of a lifetime at the Salt Lake Olympics and will forever be introduced as Olympic champion. Sarah Hughes was the first U.S. skater to ever win Olympic gold without first winning a national title, and she wants this title now. This is Sarah's first major competition since Salt Lake, having been injured most of the season. She may not be in top shape, and she's never beaten Michelle Kwan at this event. But there's a tiger stalking both of these young champions. Sasha Cohen has been winning important events all season, and she has the momentum to pounce on this title. She's hungry, and she has the most to prove. But there is no way that I could predict the outcome of this competition because there is so much talent.
And I can tell you're leaning a certain way right now.
Yeah.
The early report so far, by the way, from the practice sessions, they go like this. Michelle Kwan's looking good, but remember, she hasn't competed since October, the beginning of the season.
No, but she looks good. She looks good.
Sarah Hughes, solid, but maybe a little bit nervous in the practice sessions.
Yes.
Sasha Cohen has lit up the building.
But she looks absolutely stunning. She's probably, out of the three of these ladies, she's had the most time to prepare for this competition. She's changed coaches and done all of these things. And I think for the first time, I think Sasha really, truly believes she is a favorite going into this competition. And she may be right.
She's had a great year already. The Grand Prix, she's won twice on the Grand Prix, so we'll wait and see if she can hold it together here at the National Championships. What about the men? They skate for the gold medal Saturday afternoon on ABC, and the two-time Olympic champion Dick Button joins us right now for a preview. Much different situation for the men because you have the top names, Dick. You have Timothy Gable, you have Michael Weiss, but after that it is wide open.
Well, you know, I mean, the whole men's event is a separate world, really unto itself. I mean, unlike the women, they seldom dazzle as 13-year-olds. The range in age here is 16 to 31, with the emphasis on physical maturity and experience. Timothy Gable, at 22, he's the bronze medalist from the Olympic Games, but he's been hampered this year by an injury, and without enough time to train, he's reverted to last year's program in American in Paris, which just may not be a bad move. Now, Michael Weiss, at 26, is in his 10th national championship and has become, in a sense, skating's grandfather. Matt Savoy, an inventive, musical, and truly interesting skater, has injured himself in practice, and we don't know what's going to happen there. And looking to step into the limelight are a whole slew of talented athletes. The Ryans, Ryan Yankee and Ryan Bradley, Johnny Weir, Derek Delmore, Jordan Wilson, Parker Pennington, Scott Smith, Evan Lysacek, and the beat goes on. Which one will it be? Those who can dazzle with triple and quadruple jumps, but also have, and don't forget it, flair, imagination, and a lot of zing.
You sure there aren't more names that might have a chance to medal here?
I got them right here, right here.
The men and the ladies skate for the gold medal Saturday on ABC Sports, but before they do that, they'll have to take the ice for their short programs, and we'll have coverage of those tomorrow night over on ESPN2 beginning at 9:30 Eastern Time. Make sure you're with us. When we return, three-time silver medalist Scott and Dulebohn, 2002 bronze medalist Savitch and Parchin, and Inouye and Baldwin lead the way in pairs. We welcome you back to Dallas, Texas, and the gorgeous new arena here in the center of town, the American Airlines Center. Just outside, the fountains have almost turned to ice. There's still water, but it is awfully chilly this week here in Texas. Back inside, the attention now turns to the pairs short program at the 2003 State Farm U.S. Figure Skating Championships. I'm Terry Gannon, back with Peggy Fleming, and also we are joined now by a man who won 4 national championships, including this one in 1984 with his sister Kitty, Peter Carruthers. Look at that form. The gold lame looking terrific on Mr. Carruthers.
You like that costume?
Very nice chest hair you're showing there, Mr.
I only wear that on Halloween now. My kids bring it out of the closet and say, is that mommy's? No.
Well, we are all thankful you're not wearing it tonight. You got the suit and tie on. Peggy, let's talk about the pairs competition here. We've gotten used to Kyoko Ina and John Zimmerman winning the national title. They've won 3 in a row, but they are no longer on the scene. So this year there will be a new national champion crowned in pairs, and it just may be Tiffany Scott and Philip Dulebohn.
Well, it's a great opportunity for Scott and Dulebohn, Terry, and they'd love to step into the role of national champions. They earned a trip to the Olympics last season, and a title here would be a terrific reward for years of hard work. Unfortunately, Tiffany and Philip had a disappointing season up till now, and they'll need to put together two very strong performances here in Dallas to hold off the competition. Part of that competition will come from the reigning bronze medalists Savitch and Parchin. They barely missed earning a spot on the Olympic team last year and definitely want a trip to this year's World Championships. Stephanie and Aaron are beautiful to watch with long lines and good speed, but I think that the elimination factor tonight between these two teams will be who can stand up on those dreaded side-by-side jumps.
Well, you mentioned the World Championships and making the World Championship team. And unlike in ice dance this year, where there are only 2 spots available in pairs, Peter, there are 3 spots available. And so if the top 2 teams that Peggy mentioned get 2 of those spots, long way to go here, but who's the third going to be?
Well, actually, I've had my eyes on the team of Inouye and John Baldwin. Think about this for a minute. Johnny Baldwin is 29 years old, and he's been to 14 U.S. championships competing as a men's single skater. Unfulfilled with that, he wanted to take on pair skating. And so far, they have an impressive record this season. They're the highest-ranked U.S. pair team on the Grand Prix. But what is really important is to stand up on these 8 required elements. Terry, I think there are a few other teams that I haven't mentioned that could do some great things here. But as Peggy mentioned, what can separate these teams is the dreaded side-by-side triple toe loops on the required elements, and also the throw triple that we're going to see. So we'll have to watch for that in this short program.
A warm welcome, please, for Tiffany Scott and Philip Dulebohn.
And we get underway with the favorites here in the pairs short program, which is 2 minutes and 40 seconds in length. Tiffany Scott and Philip Dulebohn, the 3-time U.S. silver medalist. They have come in second the last 3 years.
Well, this is a golden opportunity for them to try to gain this title.
It's all about keeping their nerves in check, Peggy. They have such a good sense of timing, but if they get nervous, they make mistakes. They're very trained and ready for this.
Well, let's see how focused they can be right now. These difficult side-by-side triple toe loops, which means so much to these programs. Very solid, very smooth, good unison too. Nice steady position in the air. Good control.
Triple sow cow. He doesn't want to throw her too hard. She stays nice and straight. And look at that confidence. Strong back. True command of that. Trying to keep those spins in sync is difficult because they change positions so many times.
That move there could be a little bit more extension on those free legs. Now their final move, this death spiral. Forward inside. Very nice, good for them. Good skate.
It hasn't been a great year so far for this team, but they may have just made up for that.
Absolutely. They kept their nerves in check, and they didn't overdo it, and that's the key to a good short program. Very nice job.
First time this season throughout the Grand Prix and whatnot that they have skated cleanly in the short program. Tiffany Scott and Philip Dulebohn trying to win their first gold medal here.
They skate into these side-by-side triple toe loops with good speed. And the judges also want to see them get up in the air and rotate together. Look how they check out with a nice landing, good flow, and a nice position coming out of that landing. A little variation there. And she was very good on this throw, triple Salchow. He doesn't throw it too hard. He just assists her into the air, lets her do the jump. 3 nice rotations, strong back. Excellent. This Chevy Stroh motion breaks down the split double twist. You can see that she does attain a split here before she begins to rotate. However, at the end of the split double twist, right there, you can see there's a little bit of a collision. The judges would prefer to see a catch where she's away from his body.
And here's a look at the panel of judges. There are 9 of them, and they are all volunteers drawn from all across the United States. And Peter, as you mentioned earlier, there are 8 required elements, as always, in the pair short program, and there are deductions.
Yes, and in some cases, it comes down to the small details in pair skating. For example, on the split double twist, the lady must attain a split before she rotates. If she doesn't, the team takes a 1 to 2/10 deduction. And of course, there's a 3/10 deduction on the fall of a throw jump.
Carl Kurtz has been their coach throughout their entire partnership, and now they're marked. The first set is for required elements. There they are, 5.4 up to 5.7 the range.
Well, those are very good. I mean, they skated a very clean program. They really took their time on every element, and that is so important to keep your cool.
Last year they were in 3rd after the short program, moved up to 2nd to capture the silver medal, hoping for better here. Presentation 5.5 up to 5.8.
Very nice to see the 5/8s. They're on their way.
So they do set the standard here for the pairs in the short program. Tiffany Scott and Philip Dulebohn. When we come back, Rena Inouye and John Baldwin Jr., 2 former single skaters who haven't had that much trouble adapting to the pairs elements, especially the throw jump.
Consistency on the throws is 99%, absolutely. We've never missed it in competition all year this year, either throw, in either throw.
The pairs short program underway here at the 2003 State Farm U.S. Figure Skating Championships. And on the ice right now, Rena Inouye and John Baldwin Jr. Veterans, no doubt, but basically a new team in terms of pairs here on the scene.
Well, I think they're a very well-matched team. They both have nice flair to their skating on the ice.
They're coached by Olympic bronze medalist Jill Watson, who has a lot of experience herself, and she told me there's no problem getting them to work. They come in and they push themselves. She doesn't have to really push them. They were tentative skating into those side-by-side triples.
And it's unfortunate because all week they've been skating very well, very solid on these jumps. Nice throw, triple Salchow.
They've been together for a couple of seasons now. Last year they just missed making it to the podium, finishing 4th at the national championships.
She's having a little bit of trouble on that spin right now. Those sit spins could be lower. And I'd like to see the extensions on these spirals higher. knees locked, toes pointed.
Their final move here, this forward death spiral, real nice extension, nice long line, very smooth.
Well, they got through it, but it looked as though that's all that happened was they got through it. She doubled the triple toe loop. They'll take a 3/10 deduction there, so that's unfortunate in the short program.
They've got their own cheering section here, though, because John was born in Dallas and his dad coached here. Coached figure skating for 9 years back in the late 70s, early 80s. Rena Inouye and John Baldwin Jr.
Actually, double trouble here. She doubles her triple, and then he steps out of his triple right here. So that in total will be 4/10. That's not the way you want to start the short program at the U.S. Championships. They got it right back on this throw triple Salchow. Good coverage across the ice and nice arms and expression coming out of that.
And now their marks as they sit in the kiss and cry area with their coach, Jill Watson, the '88 Olympic bronze medalist. First set, 4.4 up to 5.0.
Well, it's got to be disappointing because they have worked so hard and they look so good in practice, and to come out and do a performance like that, it's just so disappointing.
And now the second set for presentation, 4.8 up to 5.4. So at least those, Peter, are higher.
Yes, and that's where some of those first marks could have been had they not had the mistakes. Too bad.
Inouye and Baldwin into second place, right behind Scott and Dulebohn. Up next, Jennifer Don and Jonathan Hunt. They'll take the ice. The past 7 months have been a whirlwind of travel and competitions for them, especially since Jennifer also qualified to compete here in the singles event.
I went to Yugoslavia first. That was a singles junior Grand Prix for me, and then I flew.
The following week,
the following week.
Flew out and did Phoenix, which we got second in.
Yeah, and then we went home, had a little break, got some new elements.
Yeah, and then went to Italy, and then we got second in Italy.
Qualified for finals there. Yeah, and then
went back a week later to Easterns.
oh, and I did regionals before that too.
Oh,
she
did regionals. That was in between. That was after Phoenix, before Italy. And then after Italy we had Easterns.
And then we followed up with finals.
Finals was a month after that.
Yeah, and then we had a month to train for them.
And
so here we are.
Before you can skate for the gold medal, you got to get in position to win the gold medal. That's what the pair short program is all about. And on the ice right now, Jennifer Don and Jonathan Hunt. She is 18 years of age. He is 21, and she is from Sugar Land, Texas originally. Remember another skater from Sugar Land, Texas?
I think I do. Tara Lipinski.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
It's amazing what they've done in the little time that they've been together. Only together since June of 2002, and they're already doing pair skills that look like they've been together for a few years.
She's a very strong singles skater. She's competing in the senior ladies division. She was silver medalist in the juniors last season. Here these side-by-side triple toe loops. Very solid.
What they've got going for them, Peggy, is the speed, the attack as they approach the split double twist lift.
There is a nice flow over the ice that they create. Looked like she slipped a little bit on that death spiral.
This will be important for them. Having been together for such a short period of time. He's got to throw it just right. Throw triple loop, and boy, there's that determination.
She really sells this pair team. She has such a sunny personality on the ice. She is always smiling, even in every practice session. She had that wonderful smile. I think she really enjoys what she's doing. Their final move here, this pair spin. Nice speed, good positions there. Their transition. Good for them. I think she's going to be smiling an awful lot after this.
Absolutely. They are making their debut together at the National Championships, but both have experience in this event. And you think she's moved around enough to be a figure skater? 4 high schools in 4 different states over the last 4 years. That's incredible. Jennifer Don and Jonathan Hunt.
Together only 6 months, and look at the unison they have on these side-by-side triple toe loops. Good speed, executed beautifully, just the way you want to start a program. And their pair skills are also pretty impressive. Watch as they skate into this forward inside death spiral. And it's important for the lady to bend down and get close to the ice, but she lost her bridge. That is the arch in her back that broke a little bit, but nothing very severe there. And then finally their throw triple loop. She got off a little bit in the air on this, but her singles experience really comes in. She has such awareness in the air. Look at her stick it out and pull that back up to where it needs to be to land that successfully.
Hey, Peter, you know that guy sitting in the kiss and cry area with them?
That guy was called the Taskmaster when I skated. Yep, my coach.
Ron Ludington? Yeah. Required element marks, 4.5 to 5.4.
And these scores, really quite a broad range to see from a 5.0 or a 5.4.
Yeah, that's a very wide range. Now, presentation, Peggy, in 4.9 to 5.3.
Well, they were beautiful out there. They had so much charisma with the crowd, and they looked very comfortable and really interpreted the music very well.
Jennifer Don and Jonathan Hunt into 3rd place overall. Coming up next, the defending bronze medalists, Stephanie Savitch and Orr and Parchin, who are trying to step up to silver, maybe even gold this year, and they realize there is a big difference between the short program and the free skate.
The program is the one where you don't want to do anything stupid. You know, the long program, you have to let it go, or you got to go let it hang out. But the short program, you have to be precise, you have to be good at what you're doing, and you have to get it done.
Orr and Parchin.
Tiffany Scott, Philip Dulebohn have the lead. They're the favorites in this event. Inouye and Baldwin in 2nd. Don and Hunt currently rounding out the top 3. But here's a team challenging for the gold medal. Stephanie Savitch and Orr and Parchin.
This is a wonderful number for them. It's very strong, very steady, full of energy and polish.
And I love their basic skating, the crossovers that they do right here, skating into opening throw, triple sow cow.
Beautiful, nice running edge on the landing. That's what you want to continue that speed.
That had excellent height. One of the better split double twists in the competition.
And this is a jump she has trouble on. These side-by-side triple sow cows, and she did it again. Got her feet tangled up. She's been doing that all week in practice.
And this could be much lower. Notice that sit spin. You have to really bend the knee and extend out, and they were practically standing up on it. Her by the right hand, and typically on that, the lady's left hand is held. So that's unusual. Nice change up there, but as you pointed out, the problems on that.
It's really unfortunate. They had such an opportunity right here in their hands, and it slipped away.
The 2002 U.S. bronze medalist. They won't be satisfied with that this year, though. Stephanie Savitch and Orr and Parchin.
Savitch and Parchin had a very nice throw, triple Salchow. Again, I always talk about the back with the lady on the throws. It's very strong and good flow coming out on the landing of that throw. And then as we look at this Chevy strow motion, you can really see the height they get on this split double twist lift. It's so impressive to see her feet about 6.5 feet in the air. This shows great athletic ability, and it certainly impresses the judges. But where they did run into trouble, it was here on these side-by-side triple Salchows. You can see what happens on the end. It gets very messy. The hands go down up to 4/10 of a deduction there.
Well, last year they were actually in second place after the short program and fell to third to capture the bronze medal, but they did not make the Olympic team because of that. First set 4.9 to 5.4.
And Terry, it's very unfortunate up to 5/10 with the problems on that singles section with the side-by-side triples, so that hurts.
Presentation marks, and those are higher, Peggy.
Well, they were very pleasant to watch. They give it good energy and very interesting choreography, good music, had a good energy to that too.
Still within shouting range of the leaders. Savitch and Parchin into second place, but it's Scott and Dulebohn who still have the lead. The pair short program continues with the team that finished 5th last year at the national championships, Katie Orsher and Garrett Lukash. They are both from Connecticut. Katie is 18 years of age and Garrett is 24.
Very nice height and extension on that double twist. Nice opening.
Peggy, you can actually develop that lift on the floor before you take it to the ice to help maximize the height.
I think that's wise to try it off the ice. It's a very strong beginning so far, and now coming up is this throw triple Salchow.
Wow, what a lot of lead.
Good height, nice position on the landing, very solid and steady.
They skated on the Grand Prix circuit this year. 7th place finishes at Skate America and Skate Canada.
Well, Katie is just amazing. She was a very successful single skater, and she teamed up with Garrett. And she had never skated pairs before, but she learned all of her pairs elements in just over 1 year.
And that's difficult to do because it takes a lot of upper body strength that you don't always have in single skating, or it's a different kind of strength, I might add.
Right, and then the timing, you know, timing it with your partner. Very different.
Very important that the lady have a nice bridge or arch to her back, the head close to the ice as they do the death spiral.
And this final move, this pair spin. A little slow in the transition there. Could be a little faster. Ended a little early on that music, but otherwise they skated very well, very solid performance. Needs a little more polish.
Top 5 finished last year. This year they'd love to medal. Katie Orr and Orr and Lukash.
When the man lifts his partner, the lady becomes like a sail, and actually as she goes through the air, you can lose your balance because she can start to fall off the center of the axis that the man has as he lifts her over her head, so it can be very dangerous.
You know, among the many things on the line this week at Nationals here in Dallas are your international assignments for the rest of the season. Not just making the World Championships, but maybe competing at the Four Continents Championship or a number of different events. First set, 4.7 to 5.4.
Well, I think they've made a really good impression here. They skated very solid, very sure of themselves. They need maybe a little bit more speed and maybe more polish in their program, but very good impression.
Presentation marks, Peter, 4.8 to 5.3.
Yes, and eventually that would show up in the presentation mark.
So Orr and Lukash into 3rd place. They round out the top 3 and move Inouye and Baldwin out of that top 3. Good performance. We are coming back with Larissa Spielberg and Craig Joe Wright. They stood on the podium a few years ago. They'll try to do the same here in Dallas. Right now the favorites have the lead. Scott and Dulebohn trying to win their first gold medal in pairs. Savitch and Parchin right behind. Bit of a surprise. Orr and Lukash in 3rd over Inouye and Baldwin. But on the ice right now, Larissa Spielberg and Craig Joe Wright.
Terry, I think these two can really give everybody a run for the money, but she's been really struggling with her side-by-side triple toe loop. That will be key for her to hit this.
This team, Peggy, knows what it's like to stand on the podium at the national championships. They won the bronze medal back in 2000.
They're a very handsome couple on the ice, and they had some very interesting moments in this program. And this one very interesting, the side-by-side triple toes. She had trouble. She had trouble in the practice too, but at least she didn't fall. She just stepped out of that.
And now. Nice height on that split double twist lift.
And then right into this throat triple loop.
And you've got to have such good timing to keep all of that going for you. Great concentration.
That was a quick transition between those two elements. Very difficult.
I think this is one of the best lifts in the competition. Watch her spring up and quick rotation. Very precise, good exit, and nice extension. Marvelous. Solo spin, you have to perform at least 5 revolutions on each foot.
could use a little more stretch in his spiral. She gets a nice extension there, but he could have a little more stretch. Would help the spiral sequence.
I hear both of you saying that a lot. More extension, more extension. Do the skaters not work on that, or coaches not stress that?
Well, I think you have to watch every detail of a program, and they're just not paying attention to those little fine points. And when you get up into the podium, that's what it comes down to, are those little fine points.
And that's why the Russians have dominated for so many years in pair skating, because they do address these issues. I like them.
Oh, I do too. They have a lot of energy, and they're so handsome on the ice. Very pleasant.
Bronze medal back in 2000, but that was a few years ago. Trying to get back to that point in their career, Larissa Spielberg and Joe Wright.
She struggled with her side-by-side triple toe loop in the warm-up, and the same thing happened here in the competition. Watch her hand go down at the end of this right there. That will be 1 to 2/10 deduction for that, but they were really quick to regain their composure in this short program. This is a beautiful split double twist. It's just what you want. A nice split, good rotation, good height, and nice coverage across the ice as they finish that out. But they're not done. They go right up into the throw triple loop. Good timing. He doesn't throw it too hard, and she's so strong she could have lost it, but she holds on. Very nice.
She's from East Lansing, Michigan, and he is from Cleveland. She doesn't look 22, does she?
No.
She's younger than that. He is 24 years old. First set, 4.8 to 5.4, Peter.
Quite a range there. Actually, 3/10 of a deduction there for the hands down and the step out, so that hurt the first mark, but overall, nice, Peggy.
Yeah, they were a real refreshing quality to their skating. A lot of good energy and just wonderful to watch.
Second set, good presentation marks, and look at that. Spielberg and Joe Wright able to break into the top 3, so they are in podium position now. Scott and Dulebohn still lead. When we come back, the final team here in the pairs short program and the youngest team in the pairs competition, Tiffany Weiss and Laureano Iberra, are next. The 3-time silver medalists still have the lead, Scott and Dulebohn. Remember, the short program worth 1/3 of the overall score, so the free skate worth 2/3. And here's the final team to take the ice. Tiffany Weiss and Laureano Iberra. Only 16 years of age and 19 years old, respectively.
Well, I've liked them very much in the practices. They've been very exciting.
Yeah, they have a pretty good quality about their skating, and what a perfect place for them to skate last.
Their 3rd season together. They won the 2002 Junior U.S. bronze medal. They won the Midwestern Sectionals to earn a trip to Nationals.
Side-by-side triple toes. Glad they can't hear us doing this. Oh, they started off timing, and she just lost that. That's too bad.
I noticed they actually rotate in opposite directions.
Oh, that's odd to see.
It must be distracting, because you're not, you know, having that same person like right next to you.
You end up landing away.
Yeah.
Exactly. Such a big jump up from juniors to seniors, and it's important to be able to have the full package put together: the speed, the extension, the overall quality that you need to be competitive, and they're gaining experience here with that.
How much does that hurt in the eyes of the judges when they do jump and spin in opposite directions? You think it does?
You just have to make sure you stay focused on the two skaters who are going away from each other so you can check the landings for deductions in the short program. But some might say it's not as pleasing to look at as it would be to see two people rotate in the same direction.
Harder to see if they're in unison or not.
Yes, that's true, because all of a sudden it breaks apart.
Well, I see a lot of potential in this young couple, but they had a rough skate here, but they were much better in the practices. Maybe the nerves got to them being up in the senior level for the first time.
Crowd liked them, though.
Yes.
Good reception from the crowd. Tiffany Weiss, Laureano, Iberra.
We talked about rotating in different directions, and that's exactly what happens here with this team. They skate away from each other. However, she makes a mistake right there and has a 2/10 deduction. And this continues on through the spins. Look at them. You can see that they're rotating opposite of one another. So you have to see the unison is very different from a team that would be rotating in the same direction. It's just a very different look.
So now the marks, and they will not be as high as they had hoped, no doubt about that. Required elements 4.0, the low mark up to 4.4, 3 of those. And not much of a reaction at all from Tiffany and Laureano. Second set now for presentation, 4.6 up to a high mark of 5.0, so at least those are a little bit higher. But a disappointing effort here in the short program for Tiffany Weiss and Laureano Iberra. They are currently in 10th place. So here are your standings after the short program. Scott and Dulebohn looking pretty good right now as they try to win their first gold medal ever. Savitch and Parchin right behind. Spielberg and Joe Wright, maybe a bit of a surprise in third. Then Orr and Lukash, Inouye and Baldwin rounding out the top 5. And a look at the others here in the pairs short program. Don't forget they skate for gold Saturday night on ABC Sports. We'll also have live coverage of the ladies Saturday night as well. Right now the leaders are with Susie Wynn. Susie?
Well, thank you, Terry. Congratulations. Was this the best short program you've had all season?
This is our best short by far. We both felt really confident, and in the Grand Prix season, we didn't have so much luck with the short program, but we really felt comfortable with it tonight.
What made the difference for you, do you think?
We just have a lot more experience than we had in the past. You know, going to the Olympic Games now and competing 3 World Championships. It really made it easy for us to come out here and compete our national championship short program.
Well, we wish you all the best in the free program. Have a great skate. Terry, back to you.
All right, Susie, thank you. We'll see if they can win the gold medal Saturday night on ABC Sports. We'll have live coverage of the ladies event that night as well. Don't forget, we continue tomorrow night on ESPN2 at 9:30 Eastern Time. The men and the ladies take the ice for their short programs. What a great field it is in the ladies event. And also Saturday afternoon, the free dance and live coverage of the men's free skate. Don't forget, coming up next year on ESPN, Australian Open tennis. For our producer, Kathy Cook, for our Hall of Fame director, Doug Wilson, for Peggy Fleming, Susie Wynn, Dick Button, Peter Carruthers, I'm Terry Gannon. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Goodbye, everybody.